knowledge and education and information. Regular advancement in knowledge, information, and education. Without knowledge, without information, without education, there can be no advancement and there can be no enlightenment in anybody's life. You cannot solve today's problems relying on yes. Growing up, we still did a bit of the abacus. We still carried the black chalk. We still did this and that. When I went to university in 1979 and 82, the computer was a strange thing. It occupied a piece of land almost as big as this whole stage. That was the computer. People were afraid to look at the computer. It was talking about programming. It was like jargon and everything. But today, little children, 6 years old, carry computers in their little phones. My little boy, Zenan, 3 years old, is now studying using his own iPad on the virtual learning. 3 years old, iPad, unthinkable. Now, how can somebody govern Lagos State when he hasn't seen a computer or an iPad? How can somebody be president of Nigeria, Africa, when he's still computer shy and computer afraid? Many years ago, I told them in Christchurch, I said, I'm waiting for that day when I can have a computer attached to the wall, when I can do my notes and read from the computer and preach my message. I was talking to people I thought were computer experts, and they were looking at me strange. Say, Pastor, what are you talking about? I said, there must be some computer that I can do my notes on and read and just attach it. And they were just looking at me strange. Say, Pastor, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, no, I see it at the back of my mind. How long will I be writing long notes to preach for? I need to just preach from this. He says, no, Pastor, whoa, that's you. Whoa. Don't disturb us. And then a few years later, they invented the iPad. And the friend brought it to my office running. Said, Pastor, that computer you are describing, this is it. It's called the iPad. I said, I saw it. You look up in the sky. But these days they talk about cloud, iCloud, eCloud, this, that, virtual learning. A gentleman shared a great testimony with me. He says he grew up so poor that rice was a luxury. He grew up so poor that rice was a luxury. They were so poor that his mother took him and put him in the vicarage. That at least in the vicarage, maybe he will get at least 1 meal a day. And he says that meal, they will sit round, many children, struggling over the meal. Eba, hot. You must have a cooler in your mouth and be throwing in the eba, so that your stomach will be full before any other child. Somehow, we do one small kondo of rice. He said, but rice was so sweet, he loved it, and so on and so forth. He said, when he went for youth call, and the day, he was excited. He had never seen 3 meals a day before in his life. Then the Ajebota people, they say they don't like youth call food. He would tell them, bring, let me eat. Say, but something happened to him significantly. He was leaving the school one day. One of his friends, the father was going to pick him up from